everyone, my name is Divya. I'm a solutions engineer at DQ, and today we're at Ai4 talking all things accessibility. So the most common question that we've been asked is, well, how do we actually think about accessibility in terms of code? Well, I'm here to show how we do that here with DevTools. So I'm working on a banking app here. That's my side gig. And what I have here is just the rendered page. So I'm looking at the browser. I've got different, sign-in pages, a bunch of components and major user flows. And so what I want to do is I want to check my my page for any accessibility issues that might have. So I pulled up our Axe DevTools Pro extension. That's going to allow me to check the accessibility on this page with a click of a button. And boom, I click that button and it takes a second and I actually have 13 issues. Not looking great. Let's dig into what these are. Okay, so I have 5 critical, 8 serious issues, but when I start to look at the issues themselves, I can locate them easily on what those issues are. For example, I see, I have these very pesky, not so great color contrast issues. So I don't know if you've ever run into it, but I have text over a gradient, so not looking good. And then I do seem to have a lot of issues with elements missing accessible name. Okay, so that tells me what the problem is. But how do I actually go and fix it? Let's watch. So right now I am looking at the browser itself. I can actually switch over directly to my IDE and start making some fixes onto my page. Before I do that, I'm not done with the testing. So let's take a look. These are good checks here, but I want to make sure that somebody using a keyboard can actually access my site. I don't prefer to use the mouse myself, so I'm a little biased. So let me go over to what we call our guided tests. So we have a collection of these tests that go and simulate different types of experiences like keyboard testing. And me, without having to be an expert, I can very quickly click on a button, hit start, have my hands off my mouse and keyboard, and watch the tool do the analysis for me. What we are doing under the hood is we're looking at different focus traps, we're looking at different issues with visual focus indicators, elements, roles, names, the entire deck when it comes to keyboard accessibility issues. We do that analysis for the user. We very thoughtfully use AI to start analyzing some of these different properties, and using the page context, I'm able to get a lot of easy results. Like right now, it's actually looking at 83 elements. And I'll give it a quick second, but it's going to start giving me a breakdown of the different accessibility issues that it has found just on the keyboard interactions itself. Okay, so 83 elements, 76 pass, thank God, and 7 of them fail, so not looking great there. But if I click next, the tool is actually explaining to me what went wrong and why. So if I look at my navigate page here and buttons, it's telling me that none of these were focusable with the key, so I can, as a keyboard user, reach that. And the AI is telling me that, hey, the element is interactive, it allows the users to navigate, it should be a tab stop, however, it's coded as a span tag without a tab index. So that's going to codedly block a user from being able to use the search experience in a way that is going to be keyboard accessible. So I'm able to look at issues like why something's a failure, why something is a pass. And this is great because it just did, within a matter of a couple seconds to a minute, it did all the testing for me. But now that I have found my issues, I actually want to go and fix these. So let's switch over into my IDE. All right, so I'm looking at some of my banking page and login experiences on that page. And now what I have is I'm using Copilot, GitHub Copilot, specifically within VS Code. And what I wanted to do was leverage the power of coding agents, because I don't know about you guys, but I love that I can prompt and get a lot of work done very fast. Well, I'm going to use that same power of AI, but just with a little more deliberate guidance. I'm actually going to leverage our Axe MCP server that uses that same browser extension under the hood to find those accessibility issues for me, looking at that dev URL. And at the same time, as it runs the test, that keyboard analysis, the automated scan, it actually has the power of DQ University, the most authoritative accessibility training in the world. And it combines and gives that specific remediation guidance to Copilot so it goes and reliably, in a token efficient way, makes the fixes. And then Copilot does all the awesome Copilot things does, which is look at my code, start applying those changes, and we finally close the testing loop with a validation there using the same analyze and testing tools that we use right there at the very beginning to find those issues. So here, Copilot actually ran through an entire user flow of signing in as a user using the MCP server, found accessibility issues, and things like login semantics, labels, making sure that our keyboard accessibility here on the buttons and navigation, all of that was taken care of by the MCP server with me as an engineer in the loop, so I can go accept and reject these changes. So that's a little bit of insight into how I use tools to make my software and everything that I'm working on accessible. If you have questions, you want to learn more, come check us out at the Ai4 booth or comment down below. Thank you.